Hi guys, welcome back to the Homespun Annie channel. So in this week's ASMR video, I am going to do another magazine flip through, and this time I'm going to do a flip through of an old country home magazine once again. And this one is from 1997, specifically February of 1997. And so, even though it's still July, I didn't have any more July editions of these old country home magazines. So I decided to go with February, and partly because it has been so incredibly hot here, and so just the thought of February is kind of, I don't know, a little bit, it sounds kind of nice. Just, we usually have snow in February. So, all that to say though, I am absolutely loving the hot weather and the summertime and all of that. But it did get up, I think, at one point to 102 one day. I think that was the hottest it got, and it was pretty hot. So, anyway. I also wanted to do this one because the title of it is Cottage Comfort. And as you all know, I absolutely love anything cottage, especially anything that is English country cottage. So we'll go ahead and just check out this country home magazine from 1997. And see what was considered cottage back in the 90s. So, I think this is for the floor, an ad for the, I love the hexagon floor tiles for bathrooms. An oil of Olay ad. I remember my mom using oil of Olay, and I actually used oil of Olay for a very long time. An ad for windows. Oh boy, fat-free, very hip. Sugar-free and fat-free French Vanilla Cafe. It's the new sugar-free, fat-free way to unplug. Goodness. Hopefully we know better at this point. Fat-free is not the way to go. Okay. Fosamax for osteoporosis. Oh, here we go. Here's some snow. I'm definitely not ready. I'm definitely not ready for winter to come back yet. And thankfully we're still in July, so it is going to be a while. But this definitely looks nice in terms of the temperature. And the snow will return soon enough, that's for sure. Here we go. Mercury. Imagine yourself in a Mercury. The 100. Why does it say the 110? Wow. The 110 passenger Mercury Grand Marquis. Sorry, there's a huge delivery truck that just drove by. And I have the windows closed, and it was still kind of loud. Anyway, the 110 passenger Mercury Grand Marquis. Is it saying that it's spacious, that it can fit that many people? Cigarette ad. There it is. She's gone to Capri and she's not coming back. And as always, as I've mentioned when we flipped through these other magazines from the 90s, we do not see cigarette ads anymore. Country store. If you're shopping for a Valentine's Day gift, take heart. One of these well-crafted selections should charm any devotee of country style. I do remember seeing more of these like quilted wall hangings. Let's see, what does it say? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Kate Adams' framed miniature quilt is expertly assembled from bits of antique fabrics and contains tiny hearts and hands within a diamond patterned border. It's from La-Di-Da American Country. Oh yeah, and I guess, this is February. This is a February magazine, so there's going to be a bit of a Valentine's theme. Seen and noted. Fabrics based on yesterday's designs recall the comforts of home. This pillow here reminds me of the pillows I made once. Way back. Now this has to have been close to 20 years ago. Actually, it's probably 20 years ago now. I made pillows and it had buttons. And the one fabric was stripes, but the other fabric was a corresponding floral pattern. And it was like reds and yellows. But that pillow totally reminded me of that. I'd forgotten about that. I had a book that was all about making pillows. And so I made some pillows. The 1997 Chrysler Town & Country. Is that supposed to be a luxury minivan? Dual sliding doors, 8-way power seats with driver's memory, independent climate zones, full leather trimmed interior, personal security system, available in all-wheel drive, Infinity Acoustic 10 sound system, Pure of Heart. America's pieces of the past live on at one of the nation's premier antique shows. As legacies, they touch our hearts and speak to us of home. Prime pieces from the Heart of Country show include Clockwise from top left, a collection of colonial treenware, a star-punched pie safe, a Pennsylvania painted decorated ladder back chair. That's really pretty. I love that. From the 1870s to 1880s, and then, which is the Victorian era, and then a 1920s folk art tool chest and a painted 1880s square nail pine cupboard. And then here's this Mrs. T by Mr. Coffee. It's an automatic tea brewer that looks like a coffee pot, but with a teapot. Okay, so here we have dealers' booths offer a wide range of wares, such as clockwise from left, an 1820s pie-safe press filled with Eastern Tennessee quilts from 1890 to the 1920s, an early 1900s Navajo rug, and a lidded Kentucky basket, floral watercolors in the Country Home Magazine booth, a dovetail constructed salt box, and pieced and applique quilts. So this is a salt box. This right here looks like ironstone to me. Okay. Treasures come from home, shops, and private collections. And here's the hickory chair, America's finest traditional furniture. I feel like this right here, part of this, so like the chairs, the coffee table, the couch with the pillows, and the painting, that would have been how my mom's, or my dad's mom, would have decorated her house. But I never remember, she wouldn't have had candles. But she had that kind of flowery, extravagant kind of furniture. Then, here we have a Walt Disney Spice Jar collection. Interesting. Snow White was cinnamon, Mickey Mouse was onion, the Lion King was celery. Interesting. The Chevy Astro, Like a Rock. The song pops in my head every time I see one of these old ads, the Like a Rock. I would sing it, but I'm not going to sing it. But for those of you who know, you know that Like a Rock, I don't know, you call it a theme song or whatever for Chevy. And another milk ad. And yeah, we're gonna have I mentioned it, I think, in one of the other ASMR videos, that this year is the Olympics. I think they start pretty soon. Like, I think actually this coming Friday, the Summer Olympics in Paris. Visual jazz. Emotionally charged antiques crafted by slaves and the heirs of slaves resonate with a spirit of freedom and spontaneity. A gourd-formed banjo in pre-Civil War Georgia. The sugarbox one-stringer is the work of a later musician. African basketry methods spread among the states with sales of baskets made by slaves. This right here, gnarled and crackled by time, a painted sheet metal bank from the 1930s adapts a shape reminiscent of plantation outbuildings. So yeah, there's like a little coin slot right there. The Acacia collection of African Americana shows people doing the best they could with what they had. Green says it's a triumph of the human spirit. Colonial ware from the 1600s. Wow, 1600s. So this right here offers the earliest known African material culture in North America. European designs soon influenced the style of this pottery. And over here, a matchstick chest for mother came from a 1930s jail. The purse served into the 70s. Dabs of paint show pride in the water jug of an 1800s field hand. Mercury Mountaineer. From cigar boxes and scraps of wooden crates, this 1940s doll chest was crafted for a little girl who knew a poverty of cash and a wealth of love. So this is a little like doll's chest of drawers. Very cute. Bedtime story. Embracing a sleeping baby or a display of quilts, a cradle evokes not only the gentle joys of childhood, but the infancy of the American Republic. So Windsor cradles with their open, spindled sides were common during the early 19th century. Oh, this is cute. The high sides and hood of this graceful Chippendale hooded cradle protected the tiny occupant from drafts. Greek Revival. Handsome, simple, and symbolic of democracy, Greek Revival farmhouses dotted America's countryside during the mid-1900s. This sensitively renovated Greek Revival house overlooks the Mississippi River from the small town of Prescott, Wisconsin. It's very cool, but it's definitely not a style that I would necessarily pick. So, anatomy of a country Greek Revival house. Very cool. Mr. Clean. Life gets noisy. We help keep it quiet. This is all very 1990s. A an annual affair. Get a jump on this spring's garden. Sow annual flower seeds indoors this winter, and you'll enjoy a bountiful display of color from spring to fall. And for me, I usually start thinking about my spring garden typically in February. That's when I start to really start thinking about spring garden. And it's usually when my territorial seed catalog arrives, which is usually in February. I think maybe sometimes it comes in January, but when that arrives, I start thinking about my vegetable garden. Health writer. Monday through Thursday, I use my health writer for 20 minutes a day. My weekends are reserved for Mark. Okay. And then here's a Crafter's Choice book club. So anyway, I did not do a vegetable garden this year. I just did flowers on my back deck. And so this next year, I plan on doing a vegetable garden again. And I'm already very excited about it. But I have a while to wait. So. But yeah, I skipped a year doing a vegetable garden. Actually, did I skip 2 years? I might have. No, maybe just 1 year. Just 1 year. Because last year, I didn't do one. And then it turned out to be a good thing because I ended up pregnant. And I was very sick. And I was very sick when the garden would have been, completely, at its height. And so anyway, it worked out just fine. Icing on the cake. When the skates are cinched tightly and the ice is clear and dark, you can almost slip back into childhood. Almost. The lion is the king of the beasts. Would you feed his relatives anything other than real food? And here's a geo-tracker ad. Flooring ad. Welcome home. Suddenly, it's 1997. For many of us, the start of a new year awakens an impulse to freshen our rooms, to lighten and brighten and simplify. The following pages offer delightful lessons on simple country style presented in houses whose owners have mastered the art of the welcoming sun-washed interior. Treasure hunt. A picture-perfect weekend retreat casts its warm, inviting spell with the help of estate sale and auction house bargains collected during 4 decades of antiquing forays. The cottage recalls a gentle, faraway time. Oh my goodness, this looks like it's all ironstone. Like they have this huge collection of ironstone. Yep. The American Empire table, vintage Hitchcock chairs, and a collection of English ironstone in the dining room. So it's all English ironstone. Oh, here we go. Florals and stripes. A pink, green, white color scheme pulls together the profusion of floral tints, plaid, and ticking stripe patterns adorning the vintage furniture in the living room, where the house's original leaded Victorian windows are the featured attraction. Old Spode china on display in the pine cupboard here helps give a rosy outlook to a kitchen. And I've been looking at Spode because they still make Spode china. And I mean, some of it's okay. It's not necessarily my taste, but it is British pottery, of course. And yeah. But it's not, I've mentioned in other videos that I'm collecting the Burley pottery from England. And now I have some Emma Bridgewater and some Cornish ware. So, I don't know. We'll see. There's not really anything from Spode at the moment that I'm drawn to, so. Anyway, this looks very 90s to me. I mean, I know it's supposed to look cottage, but I think it's the skirts around the chairs and the couches. And then, of course, here we have wallpaper. But wallpaper, as I've mentioned, is coming back in, so here we have more wallpaper. This is a very pretty quilt. This is yellow and white quilt. Very pretty. I do love the yellow and the green in this room. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty yellow. The textural tones of speckled wallpaper and antique bedding warm a white-on-white bedroom. I rise before the sun on weekends because the early bird gets the antique. A dream come true. A bold vision transforms an old-fashioned country house where antique painted furniture and inventive displays of folk art and collectibles take center stage. And here you've got plaid and stripes and florals. I love this chair. Very cool. Martin likes to watch sunlight stream through the dining room windows and ignite the color of a powder blue Sheraton dressing table that serves as a small sideboard. Right here. The dining chairs are painted Pennsylvania antiques with uncushioned wood seats. I do like these candlestick holders. Oh, this is very cute. Ron discovered the house when he took a different route home one afternoon, and a real estate sign caught his eye. Oh, wow. Oh, I love that fireplace. That is so cool. The kitchen includes space for an informal dining area near the deep original fireplace. The gilded letters are surviving pieces from antique advertising signs. Family affair. For a young Midwestern family who cherish their time together, the ties that bind include sharing an antiques business and updating an 1860s brick farmhouse they have furnished with regional collections and original art. Mark and Lisa McCormick planned their great room wall so that it would accommodate the 1850s chimney cupboard in the corner. Here, I wonder what a chimney cupboard is. I'll have to look that up at some point. I've never heard of a chimney cupboard. This Illinois piece retains its original paint. Collecting began as something the McCormicks did simply for fun. Now it's the family business. In the kitchen, the Illinois dry sink looks good, just piled full of stuff. The living room shelves hold a collection of folk art and toys. A turn of the century ventriloquist doll rests on the chair. White painted shutters from various antique shops flank the windows. Lisa and I did a lot of things you couldn't pay anyone to do, Mark says of their work on the house. A lot of things we collect are things people used every day and often took for granted, Mark says. Arts and crafts bed mixes with painted pieces and an upholstered chair and ottoman in the bedroom. As the anniversary gift, Mark made Lisa the model of their honeymoon cottage that sits on the trunk. Oh, how cute. So that's a model of the cottage they stayed in on their honeymoon. This bathroom is in the new addition to the house. Lisa's sister found the cast iron and porcelain tub in perfect condition at a bargain price of $50. The bandbox plays on. Catch-alls from the 1800s covered in vintage wallpaper inspire a young Missouri artist. His painted boxes seem to hold another time. Blank papier-mâché or paper-mâché bandboxes can be found stacked and waiting at many craft stores. A rare and historically sensitive artistry transforms them into nostalgic treasures like these. I've learned the colors that were used in the old boxes: the robin's egg blue, greens, and beige. Country classic. Greek revival details include a low-pitched roof, a frisee with transom windows up here. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. A columned porch and a balanced facade. Angled house placement and a winding path are welcomingly informal. Wow, very yellow. Every opening frames a view. The doorway to the living room looks through the foyer and an arched passage under the stairway into the dining room, where graceful console brackets support built-in china cabinets. Oh boy, that definitely feels like a 90s kitchen. I know it's probably not supposed to feel like that, but something about this feels very 90s. It's probably this, like the wallpaper up here, like the bit of green in the microwave. And it probably is also just that the appliances are outdated. Anyway, not that it's that bad, it just definitely looks dated. But of course it would. It's from 1997. And this over here, I do really like the fabric on the bench. We've got more stripes and florals. Oh boy, look at the bathroom. They have this waves border. A curving metal sleigh bed carries a classical mood into the master bedroom. Wallpaper borders on the walls were inspired by circa 1830 watercolors of interiors. Oh wait, this. Oh, it's the same room. Sorry, whatever. Ruffled pillows soften the sleigh bed, and a marble-topped pine cabinet supports an old-fashioned candlestick lamp. Okay. Twin vintage-looking pedestal sinks, a deep soaking tub basket weave tile, and a wave pattern on walls trim a bright, roomy master bath. Plans for sale. And then we've got the American Lighthouse Collection. Pioneering spirit. Cooking on the Colorado Plains during the Great Depression, women preserved with little money and lots of ingenuity. Women persevered with little money and lots of ingenuity. For Vern Berry, strength and survival came in the memories and recipes of her ancestors. Jessie's apple pie was one of Vern's mother's specialties that she baked for her family in the early 1900s. Lavina used to mix a sponge of yeast, sugar, water, and flour, and cover it with a small rug and place it behind the stove for the night. In the morning, she added it to her bake day cake with coffee frosting. So this is bake day cake with coffee frosting. And then this here is hearty ham soup. Oh, here we go again. Fat free. 98% fat free. And then, these are Vern's frosted drop cookies, soft molasses cookies, sour cream cookies, and then up here is orange kiss me rolls and quick apple bread. These recipes sound really good. I'm guessing they have them in the back of the magazine. The actual recipes. Oh, and here's a chicken pot pie. Great. And down here is great grandma's shortbread and chocolate caramel bars. Oh my goodness. I remember these paper towels. That is so crazy. This is like one of those memories that like I forgot and now I remember. The paper towels with like the colorful prints on them. Oh my goodness. That is a memory that I had forgotten. Wow. Do they still make? I don't remember seeing paper towels now that have colorful things on them anymore. Maybe they do, but I always get Costco paper towels. But oh my goodness, this definitely was like, yes, I remember this. So funny. Okay, country cooking. And here's where we get into recipes. Brew a pot of tea and settle into your warm kitchen with these hearty winter recipes. You'll want to linger there all day, baking old-fashioned favorites from long ago. Sour cream coffee cake. My goodness. Bake day cake with coffee frosting. So these are the recipes from that one article. And the sour cream cookies. Chocolate caramel bars, quick apple bread, chicken pot pie. Hearty ham soup, great grandma's shortbread, Jessie's apple pie, frosted drop cookies. Since my husband and I have been doing low carb, I have greatly missed all of the baking that I used to do. I have done some low carb baking, but it's just not the same. And I'm kind of getting to the point where I just want to bake stuff and I'll just give it to other people, because for me it's not about the eating, it's about the process of baking it and making it, and and so it's like, you know what, I want to keep baking those things that I love baking and just give them to other people. Take them to church on Sunday morning for the coffee table that people can eat them. Because I sure do miss baking. But the thing is I do really love eating low carb as well. So, oh well. But I do actually plan on baking a cake for my birthday. My 40th birthday is coming up on July 31st. And anyway, I have been wanting to bake a Victoria sponge cake forever. It's a traditional Victoria sponge cake. It said that it was Queen Victoria's favorite cake for afternoon tea. And so I think for my birthday, I am going to finally bake a traditional Victoria sponge cake. And yes, I am going to it is not going to be low carb. It is going to be full on flour and sugar and all that goodness. Because it's my 40th birthday. So, and I'm going to make a video of baking my Victoria sponge cake birthday cake. So you can be watching for that. The Abbey in Cape May, New Jersey is a bed and breakfast. That's such a cool looking house. Anyway. So yeah, I remember the backs of magazines always had classifieds and it had so many advertisements. And they always had these little things that you would have to cut out and mail in. Because obviously they didn't have, we do everything online on our phones nowadays. So here's another one. You fill it out and then cut it out and mail it in. To order this plate. So many advertisements. Wow. Country life. Okay, well, that is the end of that magazine. So, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this ASMR video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and share with someone else you think would enjoy it. And I will talk to you guys in the next video.